Greetings YouTube. Some of you will remember I picked up this adze or mattock at a yard sale for 50 cents. It's in pretty rough shape. So I found this wheel, it's obviously kind of got fluffy things on it, in my garage while cleaning a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to give it a try, put it on my drill, and give it a spin, literally, and see if I can get some of the schmutz off this. Now, one of the nice things about using my drill, it's reversible, so I can actually hopefully get the dirt and such to go in a direction other than my own. We are going to see how it goes. Alrighty, so here we have the completed cleanup, and I found it says wear safety goggles, which I am why I'm wearing safety glasses, and it says US 87 space 5. I have no idea what that means. Now, the code 87 is a safety code for safety glasses. Z87 on a safety glass means it's an official OSHA regulated safety glass. So I don't know if 87 is referring to a safety code, or is it just the code that was used on this when they made it. Now, I obviously couldn't get in the inside of here. I've got a small wire brush I can use to clean that out with. But it cleaned up fairly nicely. However, it is rather dull. And it needs to be sharpened on the bottom here, and it needs to be sharpened here. Whoops, here. So I'm going to go get my angle grinder out and do that next. Alrighty, so about 10 or 15 minutes later, probably 10 or 12 minutes, and I have a nice sharp edge, and it does not have to be razor sharp. This is just a gardening excavation tool, but I still want to be able to hack through roots with this, because I don't have to worry about really harming it like I would with an axe. And remember, folks, the most dangerous tool in your toolkit, your tools, is a dull tool. Now, while I have my angle grinder out, there's a number of other tools I want to work on today, and this is the wrench I modified a while back, and I've discovered that this corner right here has worn a hole in my pocket. So I'm going to just knock this edge off ever so slightly. I just want to, whoops, sorry, not quite centered. I'm going to knock that edge off just a little bit on both sides. So I'm going to do this side first, then I'll turn it around, and I'll knock off the other one. So it's a little less sharp, and hopefully it will not put holes in the rest of my pants, which is kind of annoying, but they're just work pants. So that's next. And I don't even know if you can tell the difference on this wrench, but the little burrs that were here on both these corners here are gone completely. So it's nice and rounded now. So hopefully that will cause less damage to my pants in the future, which is nice, I think it also gives it a little slightly better finish. I should have done that the first time when I modified it, and I didn't. Okay, next up, I think I have to go grab some machetes. Okay, here we have the cold steel kukuri machete, and I was kind of disappointed when I got this tool. When I got my Gladius, it was razor sharp. When I got my trench axe, it was razor sharp, except for the spike. I don't care if the spike's not razor sharp, but this one is dull as toast. I think I literally have butter knives that are sharper than this thing. So I'm going to see if I can put a better edge on it. I mean, nothing fancy, it's just a machete, but something better than this. Just really, really dull. Alrighty, so I have used the angle grinder on this edge right here on both sides, and then I took out my little cheap, like $6 Smith sharpening hone, and I just keep this in the kitchen drawer to just touch up. I just tend to use just the ceramic side right here. There's little white rods you can see in there, just to touch up a knife blade real quick. Like if I don't feel like getting out my larger knife sharpening setup. It's from shoot, who makes that one? Spyderco? Yeah, I think it's a Spyderco knife sharpening system. Has nice sharpening rods and everything, and really useful, and it's safe to use. And this is fairly safe to use. You just kind of put it like this on the table, and you just draw the knife through it. In this case, I used the coarse and the fine here, and now I have a decent edge. I mean, it's not shaving sharp, don't get me wrong, but this will make short work of any kind of vegetation that I want to use it on. And of course, very handy in the event, we do in fact have a zombie apocalypse. So I think I got one more I want to work on today. Alrighty, so now I have the cold steel two-handed machete out here. There's my Weatherbird. And this one needs to be touched up. It's not all that sharp, not as bad as the Kukri was, but I figure, I know I got my ground grinder out here, I got my clamp, and I got my spacer. Might as well, have at it while I have the opportunity. And there it says cold steel. But somebody actually asked me about this recently, and I apologize that I don't remember who it was, about how to go about sharpening this. So this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to use my angle grinder, and then I'm going to use my little Smith sharpener and see if I can get this thing to have a better edge. Okay, about, I don't know, 5-7 minutes later, and we now have a decent working edge. Again, use my angle grinder and then use my little Smith hone there, and it's much better than it was. It also has a nice shiny edge, which I kind of like, that nice shiny edge, and definitely good enough for brush, or the occasional decapitation, that kind of thing. So this has been some reconstruction, rather some reconditioning and some sharpening of some of my tools, which I think is pretty cool. It went well, no problems, and it's pleasantly bright out today. And it's not raining. It's been raining pretty much straight for a week and a half. We've gotten 6 inches of rain in 11 days or 12 days, so it's a lot of rain. So here we have it, one cold steel two-headed machete, a cold steel kukri machete, my wrench, and my gardening mattock. Hope you guys found it interesting.